Howdy folks, this is Marshall PC Wabash. Just in from cowboy shooting with the Ravenna Rangers up in Charlottesville. Usually a small cowboy group, but we had a good turnout up there today, a really good turnout. But I told y'all about this before. So I tore down my 66 because I shot black powder with it. This little block is for this piece of your rifle right here, which is the bolt. Alright, there is a little pin right there. And you have to have how big is this punch? It is small. Anyways, this block comes from Bullets by Scarlett. And I made one out of wood, which is really rough, but this thing is on point. I bought it at the Virginia State Championship. So you take your bolt, and it acts as your toggle pin. So you just slide it right on there, and the front is concaved, just like your bolt, so it's flat, and your bolt lays right up in there. So you just put the pin that's mounted here already, and you slip your bolt over it. Then you take this 1/16 punch, which they will sell in the kit, and they also have spare pieces that you can cut in case you lose that pin. So that's always a good thing too. So it's in there securely, it's in place. All I gotta do is tap this pin. Right, I got it right on the first time because this thing fits in here so good. You can see where that pin was right there. I'm already halfway through. And then on the underside is a little well, which is cut all the way through. So when you knock that pin out, it'll go right down in that little well. So hopefully you don't lose it. So we're going to go ahead and knock that pin out the rest of the way. And there we go. We are out. The pin's out. Taking my bolt off. Right there. And we pick it up. And there's the little pin. Now you can see how small that thing is. So I typically have a metal magnet out here, but I don't today. So now, what that does, it frees your extractor up. See, now I can pull this extractor out. Just like that. And you can see maybe the crud that's underneath of it. See all that right there? Well, what that does, it gets underneath there and will actually lift your extractor up like this. You might not even be able to see it, but it'll lift it up. Then when you go to pull the bolt back, your shell does not come out, it stays in the gun. So you have to pull this off once in a while and clean it out. So I have an itty bitty screwdriver from a screwdriver set. It's the number on it, so 152-845. But it fits right down in this groove, as you can see, and then I can go in there and look at the crud that came out. See, all that junk is up underneath my extractor. So I clean that out real good like that. Take me a little cleaner rag, wipe my finger off, and now put it over top of my bolt. Take that little screwdriver again and run that down through there and the rag. And now we got a clean channel to lay our extractor back down in. Wipe the underneath of it. And now my extractor's clean. So, to put it back in, you line up your hole. What I do sometimes is just stick my punch in there that I use to punch it out. Right there should be lined up. And I caught it that time all the way through. Then I'll lay it right back in its spot. Put the toggle back where it belongs. Now if you look close, you can see which way it was cut. Now up here is kind of rounded in a dome, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but see how that's kind of at a diagonal. And this side's the same, so that diagonal is up. Let me take our pin out, put our extractor retaining, I don't know what it would be called, a retainer. It's a little pin. And we just tap it right down in place. Make sure it ain't too much on that side, and that feels good. And you see it, that little pin's back in its spot. The extractor's in its place. Nothing underneath of it. That's going to pull your bullets out. So this block, the bolt block to take the extractor pin out, Bullets by Scarlett. That's worth every cent I paid for it. Marshall PC Wabash, out.